In the last video, Quilts of the North Carolina Foothills, I showed you this quilt, Star Quilt, that I made, and I started showing you how to make the star squares. Someone wanted me to finish showing how to make that one, so I will finish it for you. I am going to make a pillow, and here is my solid and here is my print. The way you start is, do you remember how we used to draw stars when we were children with just some lines that connect? We draw up and then down and then back up again and then across, and then we would go back down. I'll do that one more time. Up, down, back up, across, and back down. The reason I'm going over how we did that, and each time you draw a star, it will be different because you don't have a particular pattern in mind. But when you make this star quilt, you use the solid square and the printed square, and you cut the first cut just like this, where you would draw that first line to make your star. So that's the first step. I'm putting my pieces together here, solid, under, doesn't matter which one is under. And you start from somewhere, it doesn't even have to be the corner. Start from somewhere and make a cut up to the top, somewhere around the middle, but it does not have to be in the middle. So there's our cut. Now, we remove this piece and we place the solid on the print and the print on the solid. And we're going to sew those. Okay, so both pieces are sewn. That one and this one. And now I will press them. Okay, well, I'm back after having ironed this seam. And remember, the first thing we did was to cut both pieces with the first drawing of the star. The next thing is to place the two pieces together again, exactly. And this time we're going to cut it with our second line. Let me be sure you can see, yes. We're going to cut this line that comes down to the bottom. This line right here is our second one. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'll cut this, and then I think you're going to know how to do this. Of course, you can be using your rotary cutter. I just don't have it up here with me right now, and I think This is probably the way I did the first one anyway. So I'm going to start from right here. And you could have drawn a line, or you can put a piece of paper down to help you to come out to where you want it to be. Okay. Now, again, put the solid with the print and the print with the solid. And then you will just sew these up and continue. Each time you sew, press it, turn it, and then go back to your, you can have a drawing like this. If you don't want to, you'll know that the third line is going to be cut from here up to somewhere on that side. The fourth cut is going to be that one that goes straight across. And then the last one, the fifth cut, is going to be coming back down to where you started from. That would be the fifth one. So I hope you enjoy doing these. I'm going to make all 4 of my squares and then maybe make a pillow, or I don't know what I'll make out of it yet exactly, but I'll enjoy doing all of it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and if you have questions, just make a comment about it. Thank you. This is where we are so far. I sewed this line first and then this one, and now we're ready for our third cut, which will go up from this lower right hand corner up to somewhere in the middle. So again, we will put our 2 squares together. And we're going to make this cut that goes up here. So I'm going to, I still haven't gotten my rotary cutter up here, but that's fine. All right, so I'm going to make this cut. It doesn't have to start at the corner, but it could. All right, so now we have that cut, and we swap this piece to the bottom and this bottom piece to the top. So that's what the next piece is going to look like. I will sew it and be right back. At this point, I looked at the square and thought, I've messed up somewhere. It's not going to make a star. It had been a while since I made this quilt, and I was having doubts. But sometimes we have doubts about something. We just have to have the faith that it's going to work out and go ahead and try. Okay, I've sewn that together. And now we are ready for our fourth cut, which is going to be, we just now made this cut and sewed it back on. And now we're going to cut across, straight across the page. So straight across the top from this point somewhere over here. And I'm going to make it like that. Okay, and again we take that piece, move it to the bottom, and this piece, move it to the top. And that's beginning to look like a star. Okay, I'll sew and be back. All right, I'm back after I've sewn this top piece on. I pressed it, and now we're ready for our last cut. And that is cut number 5, and it will start here and go back down to this side. So we will start here and cut down to here, and then swap the pieces for the last time. So place them back together again. And here we go. Okay, take the top piece, take it off, lay it to the side, and there is our star. And then these two pieces go together to form that star. I will be back. Okay, we have sewn that last 5th cut, and here are our stars. I like the fact that every time you cut, you may cut in a different place or a different angle, and therefore your stars will be a little different. This one's a little bit different. But I like that. We're all different, and we need to appreciate the differences in each one of us. So now that I have finished this, I hope you will be able to make one for yourself. Thank you.